You know, Mr. Boyd, maybe I'm an idiot, but until this moment, I didn't realize how lonely I am.
Well, you're in luck, because now you can call me anytime. But if you do, you'll have to call me Jack.
Welcome back, everybody, to This is the Police. I am your host, as always, the bird with the badge, Officer Falcon. We are here in day 67. We have met the dentist. We apparently have a little bit of a lower standing with City Hall now, too, which is a bit troubling. I'm not sure why that happened either, but something we want to keep our eyes on for sure. And let's see, here we have 21-year-old Allison Bell, victim of brutal murder. That's true. That is the dentist's victim over here in Freeburg. City Hall intern found dead in apartment. And Freeburg housing construction affordable. Okay, let's go to work. Alright, so nobody's calling out today. Great. Smith, 620, McNamara, Purdy. This is my regular shift day crew. Bailey and Cabada are a bit tired, but that's because I had them work double shifts. I probably will give them the day off next time around for sure, so they can actually get rejuvenated, I guess. And then today we have 4 detectives on call, which is good. Let's go ahead and start our day. Speaking of which, I think we should be able to hire a new detective because one of our detectives fell last episode to the dentist, no less. So we're going to have to kind of keep our eyes on that. My share of what? Jewelry, $12,000. Do I take this for myself or split it with the staff? Let me go ahead and take everything for this one here because, you know, everything else I normally split, but we do need some money going forward. Change detectives. City Hall. As Freeburg police fail to detect the appearances of a famous serial killer in the city, it has become clear that your detectives simply are not up to the challenge. You have 7 days to fully update your detective roster. Find some smart young faces and those other assholes working for you. Keep them as far away from the police station as possible. Oh, dude. All of them? Oh, boy. TV project. Jack, we hear your employees got on camera and said all sorts of rubbish to discredit you and the Freeburg police. We had to put pressure on the TV studio to close down the show. From now on, keep your chatty little monkeys over there in check, and as far as Cabot and Gillette, I want them gone by tomorrow. Yes! Yes! Thank you! You're doing me a favor! Gillette, you know what's great about this? Gillette was apparently gonna dime me out because I suppressed the evidence about the dentist because he asked me to do so. Otherwise, he would basically, remove the evidence he left for us. So Gillette apparently had an issue with that. He's going to dime me out. And I sent him over to this television job yesterday, or last episode anyway. Should be yesterday. Hoping that he would just like being an actor and he would quit. And he didn't quit. But now here we have to fire him because City Hall didn't like it. Great. Maybe that's the reason why we have a thumbs down with the City Hall, because they weren't happy about what the cops said. Well, that's perfectly fine by me. You're doing me a favor. Let's go to investigation. Actually, not investigation. Let's go to affairs, I guess. We have a lot of house cleaning to do then, don't we? So can I just fire you guys straight up? They're asking me to fire you. What do you mean fire illegally? You're asking me to get rid of all the goddamn detectives. Are you telling me there's like a choice? Like I do it if I want to or what? We have Helen Bowling at 210. I mean, let me tell you, the detectives over here are terrible. Very, very terrible. Now, question. I do have a question here. How long do I have before I have to fire these people? How about that? Statistics. That's probably won't be it. What the fuck am I looking for here? Backlog. Okay. You have 7 days to fully update your detective roster. 7 days. Everybody. My phone is ringing. 1 second, guys. I got a phone here that I've been expecting a call for. Alright, apologies about that. So, let's see. 7 days, right? So, by day 74 would be ideally when I have to get rid of all these detectives, right? Now, a few of these maybe we could get rid of for age. I'm not sure. This guy apparently cannot get rid of regularly. Sims, fire illegally, not going to happen. The problem is, you know what? Remember when he made us get rid of all the old cops or all the old detectives and get, like, young ones? None of these could just be fired straight up for being old, unfortunately, for us. So, unfortunately, it seems like we might have to set up a couple of detective traps, unfortunately. Yeah. It's very unfortunate, I know, but what can I do? They're twisting my hand back here. I could just ignore it, I suppose, but, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Okay. First and foremost, let's hire Helen Bowling. For shift, let's see, is this, we're currently in shift A, right? Let's hire her for shift B. So, you guys remind me, Helen Bowling is new, so she could stay. Everybody else has to go. Alrighty, so we've hired Helen Bowling. We will hold on to her detectives for a bit longer. Worst case scenario, maybe 5 days from now, we start setting up a couple of detective traps. That's how we're going to play this out. So I'll keep them around for a bit longer, maybe to pull up some more frames for the old cases as well. So we'll go forward. I know I have to do that, but you guys remind me because I'll forget. You know me, man. I'll forget shit. Alrighty, well, quite a bit of a hectic start already. Telling you, this game's been getting a lot more difficult now, too. Drug sales, Chinatown. An old man complained that a suspicious guy was lurking around his apartment building. He doesn't live here. I know the face of all my neighbors. This guy is selling drugs. You guys buy that? Not sure if I buy it enough to send amazing cops to it. So how about we send Sabata, Atanashi to level her up, and let's send Bailey as well. Why not? Why not? They're my lower level cops. I'm going to level them up here a little bit as we go forward, so that's fine. All right. Any more calls here meanwhile? Ugh. I'm telling you, I'm getting a bit worried about everything that's happening. All these things I kind of have to remember and manage. And it's a lot easier if you're playing non-stop. If you're playing the game for your own false alarm, of course. If you're playing the game for your own amusement and your own free time, it probably wouldn't be a big an issue. But since I sit here and I have to record these episodes for you guys, I record maybe 2 or 3 episodes a day whenever I get a chance to record. For the series anyway, and then I don't record for maybe another 2 or 3 days. So I have to come back after a couple of days and remember what was I doing last time, what were my last objectives. Now you're probably thinking, Falcon, why don't you just write it down? That's a very good idea. That would be a very good idea, but I also forget to write stuff down for a future recording. So, yeah. I know. I shouldn't. Or at least I should write it down, and I shouldn't not write it down, but that's the problem with this. The little hiatuses in between recordings will kind of sometimes throws me off here. I mean, we've been doing wonderfully up to this point, but now that I have all these little deadlines ahead of me, I'm a bit worried about it. Assault with a deadly weapon. A man attacked a salesgirl at the flower shop when she refused to give him a bouquet of roses on credit. Eyewitness report that the man struck the poor girl with a pistol and started to choke her with some packing tape. All the while, he kept yelling, "I just want to be treated like a human." Oh, why don't you do the same for the other people there, huh? Let's send, again, my low-level cops. I want to get them here a little bit leveled, so we'll send you guys out here. We have our 5 on standby, which happen to be my top go-to individuals, so that's cool. Very low call day, isn't it? Not really too many calls happening. Surprising. Assault with a deadly weapon. I'm not sure how deadly that was, but sure. Got you guys a couple of prestige points there, that's fine. I don't know, should we start, getting rid of some detectives little by little here? Let's see. We might have to do that, you know what? Let's go to the Sands investigation trap for 1,500, huh? Alright. This is for the detectives, right? Only one detective, though? Ah. That is unfortunate here. Only one detective at a time? 7? I have to get rid of, I have 7 days. How many do I have to get rid of? That's going to be the bigger problem. Do I have enough time? Oh, I could send, multiple of those traps, though, right, in one day. We have to get rid of 4, 5, 6. Assuming it's 1 per day, we'd meet the quota just in time. So, you know what? Let's start oh, shit, but it happens until tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking it's only once per day, man. Huh. Well, I guess we have to set up traps as we go forward, one by one. Okay. Or maybe the dentist will do me a favor and kill these detectives for me. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I could call him in for a favor. Hey, you remember that one time I held evidence for you? How about you return a favor, huh? Hostage situation. An armed man wearing what looks like an explosive vest is standing next to an attraction at the ice arena, demanding that the dangerous stuff be dismantled and removed right away. Park visitors and their children are trapped on the Ferris wheel, and the offender is refusing to let them leave. That seems pretty serious. Let's send SWAT. The old patty. And let's see here. That's a lot of cops required, huh? Let's go with Grant, Strong, Bailey. Do it that way. It's asking for 8 cops. I'm giving him 5. That with the SWAT upgrade, I think should be relatively okay. We still have our 3 top dogs over here waiting around. I'm wondering one thing here. And that is, do we still have the... 3 dead police officers, 1 female and 2 male. I wonder, if we're going to be killing these cops with the sands, or not cops, but detectives with the sands, can we save those bodies for that little quest there? Like, I'd rather not do it, but I'm getting no other choice because I can't fire these guys straight up. I guess I could fire them illegally. But do I really want to start getting into more trouble with the city hall? I don't know. Abduction. Felipe Santos said that his former business partner, together with 3 armed accomplices, broke into his house and demanded money. Santos couldn't pay, and he keeps all his cash in the bank, so they kidnapped the man's wife and their infant and took them to an abandoned house in the outskirts of the suburbs. They offered him to return with the money within 3 hours. His name is Rafael Sosa. We created the company 3 years ago. The business was lousy, so he blackmailed me after the first year and forced me to buy him out for a huge sum of money. Now he's found out that the business turned around, and he wants even more. This requires SWAT as well. Unfortunately, SWAT's off. Oh, they should be coming back, right? So the Ferris wheel incident went relatively good. If we get SWAT back in time, we send them over here to this call. Now, we could send SWAT out twice a day, so this would be the last time we could send SWAT for today. So hopefully no other SWAT calls come in, for one, and more importantly, maybe the day's almost over, too. What is this, homicide at the hotel? A hotel manager saw some people dragging a limp body from one of the rooms. Now they're tearing the room apart, obviously looking for something. Okay. SWAT is back. So, send SWAT, and this requires 6 cops. Let's go ahead and send Purdy, lead the way, along with Bailey and Kabata. Do it that way. And then for this extra call here, we'll send Smitty and Strong. And we'll keep 2 on standby just in case anybody needs backup, or another last-minute call comes in. It's been a slow day. Really slow day for calls, which I'm grateful for, but at the same time, we've also been dealing with a lot of bullshit. Hey! Fuck, finally! Okay. Now we're still... I have a feeling it's this guy, but we're still at least missing 1 of these, unless we could put another piece in here. So, let's look at this here really closely now. I went for lunch at 1, and a couple of minutes later, the lights went out. Here we go. I shut the door behind me. I remember that I bumped into the janitor's cart that was standing in the hallway. Okay, nothing right there. Marcus, the head physician. What if it's this guy? I suspect the student Aaron Jones, who's apparently trying to pin it on Aaron Jones. Yeah. So, might be an addict. I was in the bathroom when the lights went out. The only thing I saw is what you normally see while you're sitting in the toilet. The janitor came into the restroom with his cart. I heard him emptying the bin. Right. Janitor. Yes, I have the keys to the pharmacy. I washed the floors there, but just like everyone else, but I don't have access to the electrical panel. Which is really the good clue as to it's not him who turned off the lights. What happened to my garbage bags? Well, right here. This guy took them. So? Remember, there was no forced entry either. So, the last frame before the film cuts off shows janitor going down the corridor, his cart standing near the door to the hospital pharmacy. Okay, so the camera went off because the lights went off. So, I don't think it's this, right? That doesn't make any sense, but I'm still giving it a try just in case. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, so, the camera went off because the lights were turned off. So, that would be here. Then, there was no forced entry. Keys. The janitor's bag is missing. There it is. Then, there he goes walking away. What if, out of curiosity now, no. No. And no. And we tried all the other ones in that first spot. I feel like this is a really good progressional order, so I'm not going to mess with that anymore. Not that, huh? Okay, cool. So I'm leaving it like this, but at least we got some more frames, and now we're looking at this guy with the white coat who happens to be the head physician, I'm going to assume. No new frames for this one, which makes sense because there's only 1 cop working now, or 1 detective. But now, by stalking the first one, that goddamn theft, we finally got some frames, and I think I need to solve that case finally. Abduction suburb. A man with a gun in his hand is smoking on the porch on the abandoned house. Arrest the man and go inside. Shoot the suspect. And go around the house to the back door. Arrest the man and go inside. The music inside the house is pumping loudly. 3 armed men are sitting at a table playing cards. And in the corner is a frightened woman with a child. Rush the men, pull the cord on the music player, and order the men to give up their weapons. Rush over to help the woman and child. Ooh, that one was kind of tricky. That one really didn't seem too obvious to me. I just want to go with it, but hopefully we got the right one there. Homicide at the hotel. There's people shining flashlights inside the room, and the voices of the perpetrators are raised. This is the police. Come out with your hands up. Whoop, whoop. Wait until the criminals exit on their own. Draw weapons and secure the room. The criminals are confused. One has a knife and the rest just have flashlights. There's a body on the floor covered in stab wounds. We have you surrounded. Drop everything in reach of the sky. Take aim at the armed criminals. Shoot the man holding the knife. Good? Good job, guys. Alrighty. Alright, wrap it up for us today. I don't want any more calls. I feel relatively content with how things went. End of day. Alrighty. Remember, Falcon, you have a trap for next day, so don't send a legit... Well, actually, you could send any detective because you want to get him killed after all. So, that's done over here. Great. I'm not going to have you guys work overtime anymore. I need you guys to get some rest, so no overtime shifts for you guys. Maybe we could send, like, Strong, though. Like, just rotate them as we go along. Maybe Strong. Work tomorrow. And that's about it, huh? Maybe Grant as well? That's fine. We'll just send Strong and we'll give Bailey and Kabata off. End of day.
Boyd here, and I hope you have a hell of a good reason for calling me in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd. I'll call you back later.
No, wait. You're the girl from the prosecutor's office. Lana, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, Mr. Boyd. The first thing Mrs. Broom told me about you is that you almost never sleep. I don't sleep too much either, so I thought I'd call you and apologize for last time.
But it wasn't the last time, was it?
Well, I've been going over our conversation in my mind, and I realized how stupid I sounded. You're the chief of police, and there's a strange girl calling you, saying she'll be the next city prosecutor, just to share the news, I guess. I must have sounded crazy.
Not so crazy as you imagine, Lana. When I learned I was going to be police chief, my parents were already dead, and my only friend was working 1,000 miles away from Freeburg. Wife and kids were relaxing on a distant island in the middle of the ocean. Took me 6 hours to get a hold of them. But I had to share the news with someone, or I would have gone mad. All the more because I was surrounded by half a dozen cops who figured they were ahead of me for the job. I figured you were feeling about the same.
It's like you're reading my mind. Now I'm like an outcast here. Most of them still think that Mrs. Broom was joking or trying to show her deputies that she's in charge of appointing her successor. But I know it's no joke.
Well, for some reason, I didn't doubt it, Lana.
That's probably why I'm calling you. I know it's selfish. I'm sure your wife isn't too keen on girls calling you at night.
My wife and I, well, we're not living together. Maybe I'm the loneliest man in town, and that's why you called, to talk to someone even lonelier than you, huh? Lana?
You know, Mr. Boyd, maybe I'm an idiot, but until this moment, I didn't realize how lonely I am.
Well, you're in luck, because now you can call me anytime. But if you do, you'll have to call me Jack.
Jack? It'll take more than one phone call to get used to that.
Well, we're not in a hurry, are we?
True.
Oh, snap, son. I told you guys she sounded like a cutie. Lana, a cute. She's goddamn cute. That's gonna be our future waifu, man, I'm telling you. Forget about the wife, Jack, you know, she ran off with some other dude. Maybe you were part of the reason why she left. Either way, she went off to another guy. Do not take her back. Your kids are probably growing up now. Lana. That's the answer to the problems here, Lana. Lana acute, goddammit. Alright, it's gonna wrap it up here. Let's see how we're doing with City Hall now. Probably bad because we still have to... Oh, we're back to being good. I'm telling you, what happened was that detective thing, that show. Had we not taken the show, do you think we would have run into the same issue? Like, the cops wouldn't have snitched? Or not snitched, but, you know, told bad stories about me in the department. Therefore, oh no, the detective thing was done because of the fact that the serial killer came in, which was probably more than likely a story, main quest storyline event, blah, blah, blah. So, no, the call, or at least the TV job, helped us get rid of Gillette, if anything, who was going to kind of dime us out. So that's fine. As a matter of fact, then we did pretty good. We did really good. The detective thing is completely different. It has to do with the serial killer that came in. So, okay, we're in good standing now here again. Boutique sale invites a stampede. 44% of Freeburg believes homosexuality is contagious. I'm not sure about that. Authentic uniform of German General Karl Wolf discovered in city dump. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up. We'll come back next round. Next one around we'll come back. That's what I meant. Don't question me, my friend. I'm Officer Falcon. I'll catch you guys next time.